I realized too that everybody is scrolling, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody is constantly scrolling. I'm gonna tell you what, bro. Our addictions to our phones is what is gonna make like everything happen. Like for instance,
Yeah.
the addiction to the phone is why people work from home now. You can say it's COVID. You can say, bro, it's because we love devices and we just love to be. I'm telling you, bro. You see people driving on the phone. You be like,
Yeah.
driving cars is definitely taking over because people love their phone more than they love to drive. People love their phone more than they love conversation, more than they love anything, bro. So I'm telling you, the love of the phone is what's changing the world. It's not. It's not. I'm telling you.
I feel like from the COVID perspective, I feel like we understood how much we can do from home and like why get up and go do things like, bro, my shorty like this. She thinks like, okay, she loves for her. This is my mindset on everything. As long as the task is done, I don't care how we get there as long as the task is completed. Simple
Mhm.
things like cutting the grass, right? When I can pay a little kid $40 to cut my grass, why would I go out there on a Saturday morning for 4 hours, 2 hours, whatever, to cut grass?
Yeah.
Like however the task gets done, that's just how I think about everything. Even with work. As
Yeah.
long as the task is getting done, why are we going into work to do these things? We can just do them from the crib.
But you know what though? Older people like that process. They like the whole like getting up and going, but they don't understand that you're wasting time. So I feel like now, as I get older, my currency is time. I now
Yes,
deal strictly in time. I don't deal in dollars and cents no more. Rather, I deal in time because if my time is that's the currency that is the most valuable. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So yeah, man, I really feel like that. But then I feel like the more that you like let go of that is the more that you kind of I'm not saying to be successful, but you'll see it's a different way of thinking. And like you said, I'm saving time by paying somebody to go do it rather than doing it. It releases that off of you, that stress of whatever you got to do or whatever, because you understand that people like the process, and you may not like the process of this certain thing, but somebody loves to do it, so you might as well pay somebody to do it. But yeah, well, yeah, shit. Great. I mean, great way to start the podcast. I mean, you know.
Welcome back to another episode of CDK Ratio podcast, man.
Yep. What's up, bro? How was your Juneteenth, man? We just getting off a Juneteenth weekend.
So in the Carolinas, it was raining like everywhere. Like I was gonna go to Raleigh for it was a soul food festival. This was the fourth annual. It's like a basketball, like all the ex basketball high school players. You know, like how football, everybody still be having their huddle and they bio and shit. These are all the niggas that couldn't let go of basketball from high school. Nah, I'm joking. But no, like we like hoop state, North Carolina hoop state. So everybody that was somebody come back and see if they really still got it. So it's really a big tournament that goes down. And yeah, I didn't go to that because it rained. So there was no Juneteenth for me for real. I made a post on Facebook talking about how soul food restaurants is closed on Juneteenth, and that's beyond me, right? Now, most soul food restaurants are already closed on Monday anyway. Now, I was joking about it. Some people was like, you know what I'm saying? As black people, we need to put our feet up and be resting on Juneteenth. And okay, nigga.
I
Okay,
just felt
nigga.
like I was in DC for Juneteenth, and the weather was amazing. And I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah,
um,
same.
and we last week talked about cookouts. I went to I mean, it defied everything that we talked about last week. I went to a cookout, black people on the grill. It was amazing. It was great. Now, granted, it wasn't on Juneteenth, but it was the day before. But yeah, man, I had a great time, bro. I mean, I do feel like we should be just kicking up, chilling on Juneteenth. I really feel like we shouldn't do like the most. But that's the good thing about these type of holidays that you can decide. Look, do I want to go out and do something? You know what I'm saying? OD pro
Yeah.
black, or sit back at home and chill. Same thing with Father's Day. I'm glad Father's Day was right next to damn Juneteenth, bro. It's the best because if you was a black father, you won. You won this
Yeah,
weekend.
Black Fathers won this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, because you got the admiration of Father's Day, plus you had Juneteenth, and like I said, you can decide what you want to do. Shout out to all the black people that had to work. We love y'all. The job's a little racist. The job, you know what I'm saying, has not gotten up to the times as far as
I'm about
letting
to say it's only 2 years, man. We only 2 years into the federal holiday, so I'm not too bad at people that had to work. I understand that we're getting there.
true. And
We're making it an optional day. Yeah.
shout out to the black people in Texas, because Juneteenth to them is completely different. I met this dude in DC. He's from Texas. He taught me about the history of Juneteenth and how
Yeah.
like he's been celebrating Juneteenth since he was a kid. Like they've been having
Oh
Juneteenth
shit.
parades and stuff like that. And like you said, that's like a 2 year type of thing, like the federal, or even in the past 5 years, it's become really big. So shout out to the people in Texas. They still kind of want to hold on to it. All right, it's not yours; it's for everybody. But but we love you and hope y'all had a good Juneteenth. CDK, I want to get into this topic. because as I was in DC, I was at a club, black
Yeah.
club, and they played a new Gunna song, right?
Okay.
Right. Now, most people in there don't, it's a club, so you're not really thinking about it, right? But it's one of his newer songs. And this dude who I was talking to said what? What did he say in my ear as this Gunna song was playing? This
Turn
nigga's a
this snitch off.
nigga's a rat. I said, bro, what? And I really, in that moment, I took out my phone. I said, well, I'm gonna talk about it for the podcast because, bro, what does another man snitching have to do with you, bro? This dude is a professional. He's a he works in DC. Like, bro, what are you talking about snitching, bro? And I just hate that look. We know that black culture. We can adopt certain things and we can push away certain things, right? This is
Right.
something that we need to push away, all right? Because I get it. Staying strong with your guys, being a stand up man is a part of having integrity, and that's something that we all should have, right? But bro, these ideas and these rules are street shit, bro. This has nothing to do with you in hard bottoms at brunch in DC, bro. I'm telling you, some things aren't for you. And I really feel like we get that a lot by just we want to, as black people, we want to take the whole black experience. Even if we are over here, we want to adopt the street side. We want it's like, bro, nothing to do with you. So the fact that he I don't know if he was joking or not, but I'm like, bro, I don't care because y'all niggas want to cancel Gunna for snitching on people that you don't know, but you're not canceling jealousy. You're not canceling bad habits. You're not canceling. No, for real, you're not canceling.
Hey,
Can't do 5 push-ups like we talked about last week. You know what I'm saying? Like small shit like this is like, bro, we have to really get like I get it, it's funny, it's jokey, but like, bro, who gives a fuck, bro? These are people that ain't got nothing to do with you. So what you think about Gunna and the whole snitching thing?
nah, first of all, people be fake. Like, let's talk about fake cancel culture, especially within the black community. Okay, especially within the black community. Gunna sold 80K first week. Now, to put that in perspective, his last album, he sold 152K with the entire industry behind him, and arguably the most viral and biggest song in hip hop with Pusha P.
Right.
Like, that album was amazing. P Power, like, it was so many slappers up there. This
Like I said,
album had 0 features, 28 hours of promotion by himself. Come on, bro. People are fake canceling Gunna, bro. Fake canceling
yeah.
Gunna. So and the whole, like you said, the whole snitching thing, man. Like, people going out their way to find paperwork, to find testimonies, follow the cases.
Yeah.
Some of
Yeah,
y'all
right.
niggas got charges that y'all can't beat. The hell, like, for real,
Yeah.
like, bro.
Bring up your charge. You be like, hey, bro, mind your business. But no, you all up in their business. But they don't look at it like that. They don't look at it as this somebody else's life, somebody's livelihood, bro, that you putting in stake. And you don't have and whatever they're dealing with, that's none of your business. I'm not in that life, so I don't care. I don't live by
Exactly.
the rules. And a nigga that whispered in my ear, he don't live by them rules either. So
That's what I'm saying. And to take it even a step further, some of y'all don't even have a case or even been in a courtroom for a damn speeding ticket.
or been
So how you
arrested.
gonna tell somebody exactly? How you gonna tell somebody how to react in an interrogation room and have never been in those shoes before, the way your life is on the line for a RICO charge at that, and you ain't do shit?
Because
But that's neither here nor there.
half of y'all snitch on yourselves every day on Instagram.
Nah, for real though, post everything. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like, talk about being the feds, man. Shit.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, I just thought that was crazy, bro. We gotta put the pride, we gotta make the main thing, yo. All right. And that's not worrying about Gunna. If you're gonna support Gunna, support him. If you're not, don't. But don't be like, oh, he's a snitch. I would have done this because you don't know what your ass would have done because you ain't faced that much time. You ain't done that much shit. So talk to them. Moving on.
Do you feel like that? I think this is also a connection to like people raising their own kids too. Like, okay,
Mhm.
so I saw Kim Kardashian. She had an interview about her daughter dressing up like Ice Spice, and if you remember a couple months ago, I think it was North or one Northwest, Southeast, whichever name it was. She had Ice Spice babysit her because Kim Kardashian was out of town for the weekend, and her babysitter let her come over and have a play date with her. Cool. Now, the outfit and the costume in question wasn't nothing provocative or anything like that. She just had on an orange wig and like not even a bodysuit. It was like a little like tracksuit type thing. And I guess Kanye West was going off about it and said that it was inappropriate. Then Kim went back to say and reflected on it and said, you know what? After I listened to her lyrics, so she wasn't familiar with who Ice Spice was. She just thought that her kids was cool with it. She then told her daughter she couldn't wear that and that wasn't appropriate to dress up like her But she did give Ice Spice a deal with Skims, the body line that she has. So yeah, so she also let her know in the sense of like, okay, this is inappropriate for my kids, but I do have a demographic that you can fit because I do like what you do. You know what I'm saying? I can see that you're influential. Obviously, if my kids are listening to you, raising your own kids, man. Okay, when I was growing up, we didn't have as much access to like the internet. We did. So like once we got to school, of course I went to public school. Everything goes. You know what I'm saying? You're exposed to pretty much anything depending on what school you go to. At home, my mom wasn't the type of mom to like she would semi-monitor what I was doing, but not to the point where it's like you're on YouTube Kids. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
have a phone. Like I think
Right.
that kind of like shelters your kids. So once they get exposed to these things, they're hyper focused on these things, and they want it so much that they
Mhm.
do dumb shit to have access to the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
agree. I agree with what you're saying, but it's like I don't think it should be the other way. I don't like those parents that say, "Well, we're gonna smoke in the come if you want to smoke, come and smoke in our
yeah,
basement,"
hell no.
because and their whole thing is because we want to know where you're at and what you're doing and stuff like that. I don't like that either. So I feel you on that, but it's to me it's like it's a good balance. And yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I really did like
No, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I think that also there's your kids should be your friends. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? There should definitely be a fine line with that. But I do think that you shouldn't overly shelter them because once they get exposed, they're not gonna know how to react in these situations because it's never been taught
I mean,
or
we
talked about.
saw that a lot in college. Like we saw a lot of the guy, lot of people that we know maybe were like lame in college and kind of were restricted, and they kind of like I have friends that are preachers' kids and stuff like that, and they some of the freakiest people that because they didn't have that thing. But going back to the Kim K thing, I do think that as a parent, you do kind of have some responsibility of sheltering your kids on social media in that way because bro, people are weird, bro. People are weird, man.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
I didn't realize this. Like I didn't grow up with a little sister. I had to grow up. I had girl cousins, but they didn't. They lived in a different state, so I didn't really have young women around me all the time. But bro,
Right.
guys, bro, in that sense, bro, are weird. Like on online, they fetishizing your young daughter. They're making what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and when you dress them up in adult clothes and make them do the same moves that the older girls are doing, it's like it could put them in a negative spot. You know what I'm saying, DMs and stuff like that. And you don't want that attention on them. So I do feel like it's a responsibility on that sense, but you do gotta balance it a little bit because you don't want to be the you got this time and let me see what's on your phone and I have a lock and all that shit, bro. Like, cause I didn't go through all that and I didn't go OD crazy, but some people
Yeah.
who weren't exposed to that, they are gonna go crazy because it's like what was it Mormons? They do Rosh Hashanah, which is they go
Yeah.
out in the world for like a week and they go stupid. I mean, they go stupid. And they have to decide. Now most of them go back. No, most of them go back because it's what they know. But it's like
Yeah.
they do everything: drinking, drugging, sex, everything. Like just because they weren't exposed to it,
Right.
which is it's a good concept. But I mean, you really have to. It's really based on the foundation principles that you give your kids, when they're younger. Um, and of course, people are going to, say that Kim Kardashian may not have those morals, but you don't know. And so shout out to her. I just hope that in that way that you kind of protected your kid, and you kind of see
Yeah,
that with
for
Blue
sure.
Ivy. You seen Blue Ivy at the Renaissance World Tour. She's like
Yeah.
she's on the stage where she's like a dancer. She's one of Beyonce's background dancers, and people are same thing. But I guess when you're a celebrity, when you're that big, your kids are going to be known. So you might as well kind of push them out there. But you really can't control it. So
Man, hell no. Before we take it there, as adults, stop that weird shit. For real. Stop that weird shit. Of niggas, no, of niggas talking about like okay, joking about how she like be stiff on stage and like dancing and shit, but like legit talking about people's kids on
yeah.
social media as an adult is insane, bro. Like that shit is weird, bro.
That's why you don't do that though, because bro, human nature, bro, is twisted, bro. These people are weird. They will try to find, bro. People are, bro. They'll try to find anything. They'll fetishize your daughter. Like you be mad at a screen. You end up being mad at people that you don't even know. So I think the best thing to do is not to put them out there. But then, like you said, if you don't put them out there, they're gonna run to the fucking FAMU and suck all the dicks that possible. They're gonna go somewhere in college or out of college or whatever, and go crazy. So it's like it's a good balance. Thank God I don't have kids because, bro, I am way too selfish. Still.
That's what I'm saying, man. That is my exact reason, man. I'm telling you right now. That's my exact reason. Because I was like, I always think like, damn, I want to be like 30-ish. And with this thing too, when we're young, we always try to put an age on something. We always
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to put the number on this shit. I want to just be a little bit older to where I'm like not completely done with myself, but to the point where I feel like I've done enough to like really focus on my kids and
Bro,
not live through my kids.
you're gonna keep pushing the goalposts back, bro. Everybody says that I want to be this age, bro. And I'm telling you, when it happens, bro, it's supposed to happen, bro. Because think about it.
Yeah.
How many times have you had unprotected sex? You don't know. And how many
Fact.
times could it have possibly happened? That
Oh
many
yeah.
of times, and it hasn't happened, bro. So it's like when it's supposed to happen, I feel like it is. So hey, I would love to put an age on when I'm gonna do all this, bro. Tell me why. When I was young, I was in Virginia Beach. I went to a palm reader.
Yeah.
Right? I'm 24 years old right now. This lady
Yeah.
told me I was gonna get married at 24. I was like 12. She said you can get married real young. She said you're gonna have a lot of money, but you're gonna be married at 24.
She got one thing right.
So I always remember that. Like we love to put an age on things, but bro, we don't know. We have no clue. But yeah,
Changing the subject. Sassy. Sassy has been a word that I feel like words that are overused. Toxic, sassy. What's some normalized? These are all words that I feel like have just been dragged into the ground. Are
mm-hmm.
men becoming more sassy or emotionally mature, and not with the stigma of like the whole
Right.
as a man you're not supposed to express
Right.
yourself. You're supposed to toughen up and take bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like just deal with the shit. I think it's more so we're moving into it now. I will say that some things I do think are more on the feminine side as far as like what I've been seeing as far as trends. I will say that, but on the emotional standpoint,
The shake some dance, bro. And I love the dances, bro. But it shakes like that whole hip thing, bro. It gets me in that way. So I mean, I definitely feel what you're saying. But it be hard ass dudes. You be like, damn, bro, you fucking move them hips.
now dances and shit like
everything.
When I be going to the elementary school, I would say this too. When I be going to like elementary school, middle school, high school, like them dances and shit, I don't be care about that. But like grown men on TikTok dancing and shit, like I got you with that. I think that's a little extreme.
But you know what's so crazy is that women, bro, be the most homophobic without knowing it. Like for instance, right? Like, bro, the most valuable thing in this world is a masculine man.
Yes,
right? Because the masculine man can get a lot done. Women want them, right? But it's like women nowadays, it's like you can't have both, right? So it's like we're in a weird thing where it's like a lot of men now are a little bit more emotionally mature, right? But a lot of women deem that as soft. See what I'm saying? Whereas it's not soft. It's you're more aware of your emotions, right? Whereas in the past, men would just push it down, smoke themselves to death, drink themselves to death, work themselves to death, right?
Yeah.
But now they're a little bit more emotionally mature, a little bit more have a little bit more emotional intelligence. And I think that a lot of women may see that as soft. Now, is there like role switching nowadays? Absolutely. I saw a video the other day where there was a nigga called himself a bad nigga.
It was serious?
Soft boy era. So you know what I'm saying? That whole thing. And that is true because it is, I mean, whether it's polarity. It switches, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's going to have to be ways of the superior man. He talks about in any relationship, even in gay relationships, it's going to be a masculine and a feminine. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be that kind of that back and forth. So I do think that, and it's honestly fun to see now because if you have kind of like a center of yourself, then you can see it like, oh shit, like, and but it's a weird thing, and I'm tired of fighting it, bro. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of seeing it. It's like it's just gonna happen. If you listen to the music, it's just happening, bro. Like it's happening. Whereas it's role reversal kind of, but women still value that masculine man. I'm telling you that the highest thing is the masculine man. So I'm not saying go and act like it because that's being fake, but definitely be more cognizant of it, man. Just be more cognizant of polarity in your relationships, in your, you know what I'm saying? Like I've noticed that with my girl. Like I love my girl to death, but sometimes I can't be up under her. I can't show her too much because it's like I'm putting her on a pedestal and I'm not in my frame, if you will. So I do agree with that. as far as like, yeah, a lot of niggas out here are sassy and smoking hookahs and can't grill out and all that shit. But yes, but if you are a guy who recognizes that, oh man, it puts you in the top 1%, literally.
I mean, but
And what?
then the communication thing too, being able to express yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I feel like when you're not emotionally mature, that also leaves room for misunderstandings, miscommunications, not understanding each other, financially, physically, emotionally, all these things, and it just leaves an open space of the unknown. That
Right.
leads to toxic relationships. So I
Mhm.
think that is also a very important piece of that, like that we missed that back then. Like it was kind of like whatever the man said goes, and that's just what it is. And the woman was dependent on him. Like that's I think like people be forgetting like all of the aspects of what a quote unquote old school relationship looked like. You know what I'm saying? So it's like let's see the whole thing. Let's not just talk about, you know what I'm saying, he got his hands dirty. Well, yeah, he was getting his hands dirty and doing some other things with his hands too. You know what I'm saying? They weren't supposed to be doing. So
Yeah, and that's not and I it's not always the right thing. Like you said, like back then, where guys now podcast niggas like us, they'll
yeah.
say, well, back then, you see how women was back then. That's better, but no, it was not because they still couldn't express themselves how they wanted to. So I feel like it has to go both ways. You can't say you can't subjugate women and tell them that they have to listen to what you're saying and yada yada, and you're not being the best role model. You're not being, you know what I'm saying? It's a balance. It's both give and take. Um, in both have to show up and like stay in their frame in a way, and it's very difficult to explain that to people when they got emotions all tied in, and when they see their mama do this, and they're like, oh, what are you talking about? My grandpa ain't did it. Nah, you know what I'm saying? So hell yeah, hell yeah. Great conversation, man. Great topic. I'm respecting that.
Nah, for
You got
sure. We can nah, I mean, well, we can end on something a little bit more light. Yo, what happened to mobile games on the phone? Like Candy Crush, Subway Surfer, damn, Flappy Bird in the late 2010s, no, early 2010s, late 2000s. That had us in a chokehold like crazy. Like I seen a post that was like somebody's mom is on the level 1,562 of Candy Crush in
Candy
the
Crush.
Facebook games.
Bro, I'm telling you, I say in the next 10 years, bro. I watched it. Have you seen the Apple Vision Pro? The
Yeah, I seen. I didn't see the trailer though, or the
bro,
visual.
bro, that is going to take away phones. That's just going to take away laptops. Bro. That's just going to take away TVs. That's just going to, bro. I watched the podcast and they said that all new technology is getting smaller and closer to you. So whereas as we were entertained by, like you said, games, stuff like that on our phone, I really feel like eventually, bro, without the VR shit, just the Vision Pro, we can see straight through. People are going to be able to like move their hands and play. Like it's going to be a lot more interactive. So I really feel like the phone is going away in a sense. Now, of course, we can't see that now, of course, but I said in the
Yeah,
next 5 to 10 years, bro, it's going to be obsolete because why, bro? We're already looking down at our phone when we can already have it up. And bro, think about it too, right? I'm looking at you right now on the screen. I got another screen up. I got my TV over here. I got my phone in my hand. These are all one through like 5 screens I got, right?
yeah,
First, when I can just consolidate it into one. So I really feel like that's gonna be the new wave. And of course it's gonna sound weird or everybody walking around with down swim goggles on. But I'm telling you, I feel like that's the wave. But like you said, I was in the in DC last week. I saw a lady playing Candy Crush. I said, God damn, she's still playing Candy Crush. Still on it. She's still on it. But I'm telling you, bro, the best thing is them little the word apps, the word games where you can add the word and stuff like that. Yeah, those are amazing. They still
yeah.
kind of get you, bro. Do you remember the workbooks? The mom used to get you workbooks in the summer.
Yo, nah,
Bro,
like
look,
my school, you had to send them home. Like if you didn't get it over a certain grade on your report card, you had to get the booklet sent home to you, and you had to actually do it to go to the next grade coming back. Like that was a thing for us.
CDK, bro, you didn't pass me.
Nah, not me.
I'm
Nah, once
sorry.
somebody did have that shit, I ain't gonna lie.
One summer. Shout out to all niggas at summer school. Summer's coming up. Bro, summer school. Shout out to the niggas at summer school, bro. Everybody having a good ass time. Your ass still talking about damn geometry. It's lit. Shout out to you. You ever did summer school, bro?
Yeah, but hell yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was that kid, bro. Yes, bro. I was. It was a couple hot ass summers out, and it's the thing. During summer school, they don't even turn the AC on, bro. You'd be burning up in the classroom. Like I should have been paying attention during the school year.
You got y'all slaving in that classroom. Like, well, hey, bet your ass to do better next January, nigga. They punishing y'all niggas. In summer school. I guess, bro, I'm gonna end out on for my better days to come. You don't need another class, another course, another book, another inspirational message, bro. You don't need this inspirational message. All you need is action and self discipline. I really feel like that is. I love to read books. I read books every goddamn day. I listen to inspirational messages, all this shit, and all of it saying the same thing. You have to have self discipline and take the action that you feel like you need to take for your specific situation. So definitely, man. I always think that's important because I always see a lot of people, especially on the internet, bro. Because people
Mm-hmm.
ask us, "What do I need to do? My podcast? What mic do I need to have? What videos?" Like, bro, none of that shit matters, bro. Just take the action and have some discipline. And that's all I got for you today, CDK. I would like the listeners to know that you can follow us on Instagram. We're on all of the streaming platforms: Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. At the YouTube is official CDK and Horatio. Everything else is just CDK and Horatio. We appreciate you. Can follow me on everything at Horatio Radio.
At CDK on the mic on all social media platforms. Find me. And yeah.
Definitely, man. We appreciate you guys for listening. Have a great week.